cabros con Horizon Forbidden West. Vamos a hablar con los cabros antes de... Espérate, calma, esa no es la misión. Ya hice todo lo posible, todo. Al menos todo lo que podía, así que por ahora lo único que tenemos que hacer es la misión principal.
Aloy, I thought we were meeting by the Zenith base.
Not yet, but soon.
Okay.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
Aaron told us how you tracked down the Oseram supplying Regala with machines. In fact, he's quite adamant about relating the tale at least twice a day. But I can tell it meant a lot that you asked for his help.
I wouldn't have been able to track them down if it wasn't for
Es
him.
una side quest que vendría a aparecer una vez que te pedís todos los campamentos.
I'd better get...
I'll be waiting.
Ya. Entonces eso da lo mismo. Vamos a hablar con... Talo.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove.
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you. All that remains is to follow you to the end. Whatever that will be.
We're lucky to have you on our side.
Yeah.
Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
Calma, que se le vuelve
Visions
mejor.
tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the
Esto ya lo vi, ya lo...
So,
I won't lie.
Ah, ya.
Good.
Mezclo nuevo con antiguo. Yeah.
Did you meet Tilda?
there is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say, you have more than earned my trust.
Now that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
I'll try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
No pressure.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves. Even so, I will not question your judgment.
Thank you, Katala. We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
There was nothing more to say. If he were to Noct, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors. His deeds were worthy of the Ten. When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored.
No puedo creer que esté muerto.
Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes, only more persistent.
Did Aaron tell you we found the people who gave Regala's rebels the power to override machines?
He told me of the battle. I suggested he etch this victory on his fighting arm with one of our inkers.
Is he going to do it?
He didn't say no.
That would be cool.
I'll see you soon then.
It will be my honor.
Ya, ahora ya hablamos con Silence la última vez. Hay que hablar con Tilda. Y después finalmente hablemos con Regala.
There you are.
Ok. Sí, ya tuneó su pieza y no pasa nada. Esto está extraño, porque también hay uno abajo, donde estaba antes Beta. Pero no he encontrado en ningún lado celda de energía como para activarlo. Pero en el cuarto de Beta hay una cuestión para activarlo. Wait, what? Ah, las cosas de acá. Ya se pueden activar, ¿o no?
Focus. It's Varl's. I used to think no Nora would ever accept one. Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed. He refused to let me push him away. I miss Varl. It still hurts to think about him.
Come on, son.
I don't know if the pain will ever really go away. When I find that bastard, Eric, I'm gonna make him pay.
Welcome back.
Y después hay que
Ava.
hablar con Regala.
Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of his fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth.
Ya los dos sabemos que eso es mentira.
It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Wait, what?
Okay, so what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but
Pero por la forma que en el audio, cuando la primera vez que entramos al a la cuestión donde aparecieron por primera vez los Zenith, cuando encontramos un audio entre ella y Sobek, y Sobek no era como que la forma en la que la hablaba no quería verla ni en pintura. Entonces, si lo que está hablando es cierto de que fueron pareja, eso quiere decir que no terminó bien.
then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She
Dijo
had
al
lost her
principio.
mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
El problema es que estos juegos no es como Death Stranding o ¿cuál es el último juego que jugué hace poco? No sé, pero juegos donde la captura facial es súper específica, ¿cachai? El problema es que como en un montón de partes en este juego el movimiento de cara está hecho por inteligencia artificial o algo así, no puedo notar muy bien sus intenciones Y eso me calza con lo que hablan.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths. Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What? Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth.
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
Y bueno, confío en ella.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
Sí, pues sí dijo.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old
Dijo,
world.
¿cómo se llama
Then
esto?
they would be quite disappointed to me.
Dijo de que nada, que a pesar de las simulaciones, nada era igual a pitearse las cosas propias manos.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful
Lo dijo la
of
primera vez que nos
Zeniths.
encontramos con él.
What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth, titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core.
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Okay.
What else can we expect to find in the Zenith base?
As I mentioned in the briefing, our goal will be the command center. That's where Beta and Gaia are being held. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate
Luego que agarran materiales en bruto y después lo imprimen.
more
Como con impresora 3D pero de materia. ¿Cachai? Esto es como nice.
spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape.
Si sacamos a los Zenith de la isla, ¿qué los detiene de atacarnos con la nave? Este plan no está muy... Yo no tenía idea que había una nave en órbita. Eso cambia todo.
Master can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the Proving Ground
¡Wow!
after Zenith's attempt to steal Gaia.
No pensé que
Yes.
iba a hablar de esto.
A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she?
No recuerdo eso.
Thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other.
No recuerdo
And
eso.
that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Zenith, not who I truly am.
No recuerdo eso, espérate.
Okay, I'll let you know when.
I'll be here, and thank you, Abe. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost
Tengo que
everything.
volver a escuchar ese audio.
But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
No. Loco, todavía estoy tratando de cachar. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Me faltan esas tres cuestiones, no tengo idea qué son. No esto, datos. De sonido. Aquí está. Interesante. Ya sigamos conversando la otra.
Would you like to continue?
Yes.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me. Cultural artifacts of truly.
Ya lo dijo ya.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. It would bring a heritage data beam drop.
Sí, ya escuchamos esto.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival. both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the
Creo que esto ya
Eastern,
lo
hence
escuchamos.
the data channel with Beta.
Ya. Esto ya lo
I should
escuchamos
probably-
ya. Ella está lista ahora. Nos queda hablar con una última persona. ¿Quién está abajo en la escalera? ¿Dónde está la escalera? Siempre me pierdo con la escalera. Donde todo es circular acá en esta cuestión me tiene chato. Ya. Hablar con regala, pues mapa. Juego igual. Y aquí no se puede abrir. Y en realidad no hay una... Esa es la cuestión que agarré yo, ¿no? Exacto. Sí, no hay una cuestión de energía. Necesito una cuestión de energía. Ya.
What now?
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Torok, Juroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them, but the Karja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them by the sound of their
Este tiene mocap de cara, po.
Vengeance.
Eso quiere decir que si aprieto el X. No.
No.
What? Normalmente me dice
Devastation.
aprieta cuadrado para saltarte la
To tear
cuestión.
down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. The
Revenge.
chief betrayed me. Betrayed the Tanakh.
Era personal y el otro busco diplomacia.
How did Hikaru betray you?
Hakaro called on the clans to resist the Karja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them, and they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hakaro ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Exacto.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hikaru made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tanakh.
It was an insult. No outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks. And then a Karja messenger was brought before us. That's when I knew. I had to run my blade through Hikaru and drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the sun.
Ya no podía.
What happened when the Karja messenger appeared before Hikaru?
And the quivering priest bore a message from their new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly the Karja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down. A true Tanakh would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled. But Hikaru lapped up the priest's message. He showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness. I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid, with him on his knees before me. So with an army of of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned. The day you got in my way.
Tengo que decirlo, la narración de Regala me está gustando tanto que es como, bro, ¿cuándo va a empezar a tirar audiolibros? Porque la voz está espectacular.
Are you really going to fight alongside me?
I have no reason to betray you.
Really?
I failed to kill Hakara, failed to eliminate you. No Tanakh would follow me now. The Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screams of those long dead and unending rage. So show me where to bury it.
The deal you made. Override tech in exchange for an assault on the Zenith base. How did Silence approach you?
Their name means nothing to me. My agreement was with the Acerama Sarah and her sons of Prometheus.
Ahí
So
está,
all
puede
this
ser un
time,
proxy.
you didn't even know who you were really dealing with. And you trusted an Outlander?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed her. But she spoke with the same burning hatred for the Karja. And she offered me the chance to run them down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about. I bet you felt it.
I don't think so.
Y en especial porque montar máquinas para ir a combate no es muy
You
entretenido.
have honored it.
Had I killed Hakara and become chief, these Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories. But because
no,
of
brother.
you, my people will continue to consort with the enemy. The tribe of weaklings.
Because of me, hundreds of Tanakh won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win.
Bueno, ya no sabe.
I need to be going.
Yes, enough talking.
Bro, me encanta Regala, loco. Su actuación está terrible pulenta. Es como mejor, es como que, no sé, no tengo idea por qué, pero cuando veo el mockup, ¿cachai? La cara, la actualización, la voz, todo. La actualización, dije, la actuación es increíble, ¿cachai? Porque hablo con Soy, es como, ah, ok. Hablo con Eren. Kotalo también está bueno. Pero ¿cómo se llama esta cuestión? Regala es como, wow, my boy. ¿Cachai? Está terrible bueno. Ya, ahora hay que ir al mismísimo. Y hay que ver. Vamos para acá. De aquí voy volando al otro lado. ¿Sabéis qué? Mentalmente me estoy preparando para ir allá a la hoguera y que diga, no hay vuelta atrás. Si tienes cosas que hacer, hazla y después ven. Eso es lo que me estoy preparando. Ahora, no sé si eso sea cierto. Por lo tanto, te imaginas y voy para allá y la misión simplemente empieza y eso fue todo. ¿Cachai? O sea, todavía falta harto juego. Es como, no sé, es que hace rato que se siente como que va a terminar.
It'll be hard to stay dry in this.
Come on. Yo. There we go. Oh, no me queda batería. Me deja ir volando para allá mientras conecto esta cuestión. There we go. Esta la base Zenith. Y eso yo lo vine a ver, pues, si cuando esa hoguera es de unas sidequests que dice. No. Sí, probablemente para llamar a los demás. ¿Está?
Rendezvous point. I should take care of everything I can.
¿Viste?
before calling in the others to attack the Zenith base.
Si avanza más allá de este mundo accederá a la singularidad y el mundo abierto dejará de estar disponible en esta altura de la misión. It's time. It's time, my boy. It's time. Vamos a dejarse de algo. Misiones, solo uno. Esto no puedo mejorarla porque no tengo idea dónde hay un espinazo alfa. Y me he paseado durante más de una hora, o no una hora. Habrá sido 30, 40 minutos. Que me estuve paseando entre locaciones donde hay espinosaurios. Y ninguno era alfa. Siempre me aparecía el normal. No tenemos nada más que hacer. El final. Vámonos vuelta el Horizon.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous point. It's time to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Understood, Aloy. We're on our way.
It's time.
Where are the others?
Not far behind.
Egghead here couldn't stand traveling with the pack.
Cállese, weón.
Are we all here? Then let's begin.
Hay un escudo falso o algo así. I knew it. Nice.
A tunnel.
An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island. When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others.
Sigo sin confiar en ella. Ella es la única que puede activarlo.
Shall we?
Sospechoso. Eso puede querer decir que si ella muere y nosotros estamos tratando de escapar, no se puede abrir la puerta porque solo ella puede abrirla.
I wish there was a less pungent way to get way inside the base.
Agreed.
Que hay una forma menos olorosa.
There's the launch tower.
Pedazo de foto.
That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be specters guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars.
All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it.
Where are they going?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Erend, you're with me. You guys, take the high ground in case we need covering fire.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
One more thing.
Esa mirada es todo sospechosa.
Open up the channel to Beta. Audio only.
Recuerden, Silence es propenso a aliarse con personas para obtener la ventaja, aunque sea un poco. Así que no me extrañaría que hubiera hecho un trato con Tilda para tener ventaja sobre él.
Aloy,
We're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right?
as long as you hold up your end.
We will. See you soon.
Be careful.
Let's go.
Y déjale, vamos al clásico, como cuando estuvimos con Eren haciendo
Get
la
to the
cuestión
launch tower as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to
en ¿cómo
conceal
se
our
llama esto?
intrusion.
En Meridian, po.
Beware, Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Company, follow my lead.
That's what I do.
Could hit it with acid.
Probemos, pues hace rato que no peleo contra estos perejiles. Se me olvida que esto Se me olvida que ya no estoy con el mismo loadout de siempre. Agua. Aquí tengo uno de estos. No me sirve. Me sirve por la pura agua. Déjame ver si tengo algo más con agua. Agua. Este tiene agua, pero tiene... Es que ya tengo ese. Algo que me sirva con la cuestión de agua. No. Ya. Que era lo de arriba, era uno de casa. Esta. O sea, creo que el único elemento que me falta, mira, el único elemento que me falta es el de agua, porque el de plasma lo tengo. Adhesivo prácticamente no lo estoy ocupando, ¿cachai? Ah, no las tengo mejorado. Espérate, con la cuestión esta no le he equipado nada, ¿no es cierto? Déjame equiparle el disparo cargado, pasarse. Como si uno de esto, uno de esto y uno de esto. Ya.
Well, I'll just leave it here then. This'll help.
No me gusta eso que no se escuche la cuestión.
Don't get that stuff on you.
Falta audio.
Boom!
Falta audio. Hermano, falta audio. Sorry. No. Sorry. No, en serio. Sorry, pero tengo que hacer esto porque no voy a estar jugando a la cuestión sin audio. Es la última misión. ¿Te imaginas jugar? A ver, ¿qué juego tenía una parte épica al final? Imagínate jugar Guardianes de la Galaxia, toda la parte final y no hay audio.
Get to the launch tower as
Eso
quickly as
pensé.
possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
Beware, Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Calma, deja hacer la cuestión de la onda. Ya.
Company. Follow my lead.
Ok.
That's what I...
Calma, tampoco mejora esta. Ácido. Hielo. Y fuego. I see you.
Pick it up. You need it? It's not beer, but it'll do. Hey, Aloy, can you hit this thing with acid?
Eso estoy.
Boom!
Pedazo de tiro.
Let's smash these machines.
Yo. Yo.
Gah! Get the fumes in your eyes.
si puedo. Sí, sí, sí.
You're right.
Find anything?
Yeah.
Plasma. Hit it with plasma.
Aquí estoy hablando con plasma porque ya le ganamos.
There's a cave up there that might get us through that ridge.
Let's climb up to it.
Calma, ok. Los materiales que tiene me sirven para hacer flecha precisa.
What's in this backpack? Metal bricks?
Es un rapal.
Aloy, Alva and I are closing in on the regulator.
Keep me posted.
It's creepy in here.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another one.
Te creo. Está re útil.
There's a lot of dead machines on this island.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove useful to you now.
I'm a respecter.
Sneak or fight? You choose.
Fight.
And now's a good time to use the plasma. And they went good. You need some ammo?
Down it goes.
That's it. Keep back.
Ahora.
Well, that was a decent shot, I guess.
What's next?
Better than any Oseram.
Ok. Es una flor. Bueno, el mundo abierto ya no está. Exacto. ¿Es un arma? O sea, ¿es un coronado? Ah, no, un Stormbird. Está reloxidad. Ya, quiero ir para allá. Y para donde tengo que ir en realidad